everybody, this is Melanie with Melanie Fitness, and I'm here to talk about how to use a tennis ball to relieve tight hips, tight low back, and really just a lot of tightness in this entire region. So we get a lot of tightness when we're sitting a lot, even when we're really active and we're not addressing kind of all the muscles in our hip joints, and therefore what happens in the low back as a result. So what we can do is use this on our entire hip joint, the front and the back, to relieve a lot of tension, because our hip flexors actually attach on the low back, the lumbar spine. So when our hips get tight, so does our low back, and vice versa. So if we can open up those hip flexors, then we can usually alleviate a lot of pain, both in the hips and the back, which is great for overall movement. So first thing we can do is the front of our hip flexors. Okay, so you sort of lie on the tennis ball and find that sore region. It's going to be right around here in this region, usually the psoas. So it's at the top of the hip, and you can sort of place your body weight as much as you can without extreme pain on that tennis ball. And rather than rolling back and forth, I want to think of it more as a trigger point, because when we provide very precise information to an area of the body, particularly that's very tight, our body likes that information. It makes it feel safe. So this really trigger point gives it that critical information that helps it loosen up, as opposed to just kind of mindlessly rolling back and forth on that ball. So find a tight spot. Notice how I'm kind of rolling around to find it. And there's one. So I'm going to hold it there for about 10 seconds. More is fine too, but we don't want to go into too intensive pain, because then your body tightens up as a result. So we want a comfortable level of pain that you can breathe through, and you do want to work on the breathing through it, because breathing also helps loosen up our body too. It tells our body that we're kind of relaxed as opposed to tightening up, because that's the last thing we want here. So that's the front. And then on the back, the piriformis usually tightens up. So we can sort of sit on the tennis ball, and it's sort of, there's different spots for everybody based on the different muscles, glute muscles that are tight. Some might be more mid of the sit bones, some might be a bit higher. So roll around, kind of use your hands to control the amount of your body weight that's on the ball. And find a spot again and hold it there for about 10-15 seconds. And then the last thing we can do is more so on the side of the hip. All right, it's the TFL, the beginning of the IT band. And so you sort of get laterally and explore the area, find what's tight, and again, hold it there for 10-15 seconds. This is a great way to loosen up your hip joints and thereby loosen up your low back. Thank you.